England versus Belgium, 2v2 international show match. I'm ready. I think the players are probably ready. I didn't actually ask them, but we were just waiting for Joyo, aka Joyo, to join. England going for a 3-match win streak here. Joyo, aka Joyo, and Oski brought a great game plan yesterday. I mean, you've got to if you're going to take down Morocco in particular, but not easy to take down Spain either. They had phenomenal synergy, great trust in each other's attacking plays to work out, and they weren't lacking in defensive structure, they weren't lacking in the challenge game, they weren't lacking with kickoff creativity. They really did have just a great all-around plan to take down Spain and Morocco back-to-back. Let's see how they're going to handle the Belgians. This is the first time I've seen Atow and AztraL play together. I think possibly ever. I don't remember if I've seen these guys play together before. The two most accomplished and the two best Belgian players of all time, I believe. And with the upcoming FIFA E World Cup, I'm very curious to see if Belgium will be included. You know, Atow being a team captain for Belgium with his somewhat recent success with Carmine Corp would leave me unsurprised if they are included. But it's a pretty stacked list, I'm sure, with only 16 nations, if I'm not mistaken, being invited. Oski 1v2 here. Oh my goodness, he completely shuts down his former teammate Atow there. Of course, Oski and Atow did make their pro debut in RLCS at the same time. They turned 15 in real life, not too far apart. And were actually signed by Team Liquid before they were 15. Oh, that's a really good demo there by Atow, though. Oski thought he could capitalize on a boost advantage in the back corner, and he actually had some defending to do that he was not ready for. Super Gooser, thanks to the 31-month Tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. And yes, I know a couple people have been asking already in chat, and I'm sure more people will ask, have I heard about the Shift Summer League? I have indeed heard about that unfortunate situation, about that being postponed. Glad to hear it is only postponed and not, what do you call it, not cancelled. They've postponed it for now. Hopefully it'll be up and running again soon. Good luck to them in making that happen. And yeah, pretty curious to hear more about what exactly is going on with that situation over there at Shift Summer League. Oh, Atow with a double tap to tie the game 2-2. Yeah, I'm confused about one thing though, chat. There is one thing about the whole Shift Summer League shenanigans that doesn't make sense to me. You know, I've seen a lot of people correctly saying on the timeline and correctly saying on social media that we shouldn't jump to conclusions, we should wait to hear both sides of the story or all sides of the story and all the information before we make our judgment. So put your pitchforks away, etc, etc. That's, you know, very fair and correct to say that. But where are the leaks? You know, where are all the leaks of the information? If anyone was going to leak information about their own tournament and the reason it's being postponed, you'd think it would be Shift. If there's one thing I could have counted on Shift to do, it would be to leak information that is yet to be publicized. And they've not done that, so I feel very let down. I've come to expect leaks from them over the years, and they're not leaking anything. So, oh, whoa, what's going on here? I think he just missed an open net, double tap. He ran out of boost and couldn't hit the angle, and AztraL, who had an even more open net, got denied by Atow in the post from that kind of range. Oh dear, it's all gone wrong there. It was nearly a brilliant hat-trick for Atow, and instead it's a 4-2 advantage for England. Could be 5-2 by the time Oski's done with this. Can he get back to the ball? Not quite. I'll have to settle for 4-2 for the time being. That would be a Chad move, wouldn't it? Shift leaking the reason for their own, like just putting it all out there. I mean, I understand why they wouldn't do that. I am joking, obviously, for those of you who are not aware. Yeah, very understandable why they wouldn't do that. I'm sure they would have sponsors in jeopardy, organizations annoyed if they were to do that. But hey, maybe this will be a moment where they can take some, you know, time to reflect upon their actions from the past and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't have leaked all that stuff. This really stinks, actually, when stuff comes out before we want it to. That is a really nice reset. Oh my goodness, look how Joyo kicked the ball up off the front of his car there. Getting a reset more on the underside of the ball than you usually would. You want to go for the reset, you know, more towards the back of the ball if you're trying to fly alongside the ball, but when you're trying to flip it up in front of you like that, you've got to go more underneath the ball. We saw Daniel do that. It's a great effect in London. I forget who it was against, but he did get a phenomenal goal. I think it was maybe against Furia in the semi-final. Really, really difficult shot to time. Look how solid England are looking at the back. This is impressive, to say the least. Obviously, they got a bit of a lucky break, perhaps, at the hands of their own post, saving them from a 3-3 tie. But for the most part, they've defended very well. And it's Belgium who are really having to take some risks and also utilize strong physical plays to create those goal-scoring chances in the final third. Nice control by Joyo there. Oski manages to slam the ball clear and then wall dash after it. Little bump onto AztraL there as he recovers, just to deny AztraL any easy access to the ball. And a boost-starved AztraL looking to stay active. Does so. Wins the race to mid-boost. Watch most of this game from England POV. Oh my goodness, they're getting demoed at key moments here and there, you know. That's the third decisive demolition that has caught England by surprise. Yeah, Joyo just let his guard down briefly there. It did look like the Belgian attacker was going to rotate out. Before he knew it, he didn't have a card to play with. Minute and 15 to go. Atow looking to make it 4. Oh, what save by Oski. He's even managed to double tap that one clear. Joyo's all over AztraL in the aftermath. Can't get back to the ball, but Atow had to respect his ability to do so. Joyo, just got a piece of that one. Realised he's getting beaten to the punch by AztraL. So he adjusted to block the high touch. Nice wave dash recovery initially there by Joyo. Briefly lost control for wrestling back possession in the final minute. Big time dunk by Oski now. Can he get on the end of this and put this game beyond all doubt? Yes, he can. The beautiful angle shot. England are just going from strength to strength in this 2-day international twos battle that they've had. Morocco and Spain already defeated. Belgium, who are, I think, one of the underrated teams when we're talking about international twos, are looking pretty soundly beaten here. No lack of confidence in any aspect of the game right now for England. The one thing that worked pretty well for Belgium at various moments throughout this game were last third demos, when they could catch a player out of position. It's actually a nice team bump there from AztraL to Atow. Oh my goodness. Team pinch from Oski and Joyo, though. These guys are synergizing brilliantly. And that is a comfortable game 1 win. England continuing to look like the powerhouse, the force to be reckoned with in the European server right now. For those of you who did watch yesterday, will remember that England did call out Saudi Arabia. They want the Saudi 2's team. They want 2 of the Falcons players. I don't think they care who. Well, I think 2 of the Falcons players are now put any combination of those 4 players to take them on. But I've reached out to the KSA boys. Pretty late right now. It's past midnight in Saudi Arabia. It's almost 1 in the morning, in fact. And I think they've got an ongoing tournament, the online Saudi E-League or something to that effect. So for once, I don't think their sleep schedules are all that bad. But yeah, it looks like we might be able to make that happen tomorrow. If England can win this, then I might be able to get them that match that they want. Oh, nice pre-flip by Oski. Can he get the airball shot on target? Beautiful. I mean, Oski with the tight angle shots has been immaculate. But this is all from the pre-flip outplay. How about that? Atow left completely in the dust. No one within 10 meters of the goal when Oski scores that, or I guess 100 Unreal units. I don't even know. How long is an Unreal unit? 10 Unreal units? I'll have to do my homework on that one for next time. Joyo, ceiling shadowing here. Something you'll see a lot in professional 1v1 these days, but it's starting to make more of an appearance in 2v2 as a strategy. It's a little bit more tricky than just conventional ceiling challenges, because with a ceiling challenge, you're just closing the distance to the ball. With a ceiling shadowing maneuver, you've got to just try and fly in front of it and let the ball come to you, which is a lot harder than it looks. Pros, of course, do make things look a lot easier than I wish they were. Nice save by Joyo. Not going to be able to get back to this one, though. AztraL confidently finishes it. This was from Atow's flick. Just doing enough to make Joyo uncomfortable there. Sticking the ball over his head when he was alone in defense. And AztraL came in at the far post. First to the ball to score it. Atow now, ceiling shot. He's hit that one quite hard, so it's going to come down quickly. Joyo, but dodges a bump and stations himself on the backboard and just does enough, I think, to force AztraL to take the shot more quickly than he wanted to. Oski down the middle. Looking to cut that one behind the defense that Belgium had structured. And now AztraL's been demoed. It's 2v1. Atow has some tough defending to do. Oski to himself off the back corner. The follow-up shot is lackluster when it comes to power. Notice Oski, though, just staying active on his recovery here. He doesn't want to give Atow a free touch of the ball. Nearly dunks on Joyo there. But it does work out in their favour, at least somewhat. AztraL's dunk blocked to the far post. It's extremely rare that you'll see a back post rotation at the highest level in 2v2 these days. Pretty much everybody rotates right back towards the middle of the pitch or right back towards the ball. Oh, Joyo. I guess I had to read that was hitting the crossbar, but probably didn't want to see it come down like that. Yeah, everybody's ball chasing these days on their recoveries. Notice AztraL here, not rotating back post. He is going straight back towards Joyo, forcing him to accelerate. Just makes the attacker's play a little bit harder to execute. AztraL has not played that one all that well. Atow in a tricky position, but he does well. Stands strong in the way of Oski. He actually bumps him over the top of the boost on his attempted boost steal exit. A nice finding of the space in defense there by Joyo. Oski testing Atow, making sure that he's awake to see if he'll save that sidewall double tap. Tense game. England were able to win a couple of tense games yesterday, a couple of close games against Spain and Morocco. Although a couple of them they were able to run away with as well, just like they did in game 1 of this series. Oski, plenty boost to work with here. Looking for the air dribble bump onto Atow. Actually turned ball cam on just to see where the ball was again. He wasn't really looking too much to snipe Atow when he realized the ball was off target. Just wanted to shield it, deny easy access to it. Joyo really smart there, not soft clearing the ball towards the middle. Look at what he did there. Faked a soft clear and then just left it for Oski, who's now completely faked out the last defender. That was brilliant from England once again. Joyo with the possession play and defense. Oski with the patient play at the other end of the pitch. And AztraL's been sent to the shops. Another chance for AztraL off this left wall immediately after the kickoff, and another physical play works out well for Belgium. I think maybe a mistake there by Joyo to go all the way to the back post here. This just took a bit too long, left him an easy target, and forced Oski to dive at this. You know, Oski's obviously misplayed there as well to put it over the top of Joyo, but I think had Joyo been a bit closer to the play, just decided not to go for that big boost, Oski would have played second man in that position. Oh, they're getting completely destroyed off these kickoffs now. Belgium have done it again. First it was the left wall, now it's the right wall. Atow gets the ceiling shot in a much more threatening position, right over Oski's head. Who was the duo for Morocco? It was Nas and Drali. They've played a bunch of twos show matches on my channel before. They've had a lot of success. Still a winning record if I'm not mistaken. This is nearly another goal for Belgium. Their kickoffs have led to so many of these air dribbles off the sidewall. Speaking of, here's one for England now. Joyo decides to play it with a reset, dunks into the crossbar. Oski manages to get the ball into the middle and steal the boost away, but this is not the kind of volatility that England wanted. They wanted this ball to stay in an awkward position. In fact, instead it's broken free. AztraL's misplayed it though. He's left Atow in a 2v1. The second time this game. Oski, pogo shot denied by Atow, who remained resolute in defense. Joyo again looking for that ceiling shadowing maneuver, just slowing the play down, trying to buy time for Oski to come back and help him, which he has. Oski trying to accelerate the play now, get it straight on target. No Jack. Indeed, no Jack. I mean, Jack is in NA right now, so it'd be pretty tricky for him to play EU 2s. I don't know, maybe we can get Jack in an honorary 2s lobby with Nolly. I don't know if they want to team up again, take on the US of A. Oh, what a shot by Joyo. Well, he nearly got demoed here, but he managed to escape. Look how close this was for AztraL to take him out of the frame. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. It looked on the spectator client like he was going to bump Joyo, but the server says no, and Joyo with a perfect shot to the far post. Ardavius, thanks for the 7-month prime, by the way. Welcome back to the channel. Joyo looking for a late lead. One reset over AztraL, but AztraL got a piece of him. Got to make sure you get a piece of the ball or the car. Joyo misses the mid boost here. This could be a dangerous position, but AztraL doesn't have too much boost to play with. Wants to flick it middle to Atow, who wasn't ready for that. It was a very high flick and impressive centre ball from that position. And now here comes Joyo. on the counter-attack. AztraL does well to stay with them. Does very well to stay with both players, in fact, but it's still a chance for England, or is it a chance for Belgium? It's Atow on the breakaway, tripped up by Oski, and both players watch the ball fall for overtime in game 2. A lot of these kickoffs going to the sidewall in this matchup. Oh, and it looks like AztraL's clipped him. Yes, he has. 1v2 play from AztraL. As Joyo says, 170 ping gulp. I don't know if would it have mattered here. Maybe it would have. But still, that's a very impressive play from AztraL. Flick past one, bump on the other as they take the game. Yeah, Oski maybe could have done a better job with without 170 ping on the challenge. Buy a bit more time for Joyo, maybe make contact on the ball, but hey, it happens. All tied at one game apiece. Physical plays have been extremely successful for Belgium, and there have been a ton of very quick kickoff possessions, strong kickoff possessions from sidewall air dribbles. It's not always what happens in EU2s. There's a lot of dead ball kickoffs in EU2s with very close cheat follow-ups, but these guys have been forcing it a bit more to the side, and both teams kind of have to be doing that for it to happen. You can, if you're trying to keep the ball middle, you see your opponent going side onto the ball, you can kind of neutralize them by just going the opposite side. I think it's Belgium are capitalizing more often out of the two teams on those sidewall plays. AztraL and Atow briefly completely boost starved here. AztraL's the only player with boost. Nice challenge by Atow. Notice the player there without boost was able to make a challenge. And that's exactly what he did. Atow knew that if he could just get any kind of touch or forcing play, then AztraL would have an easy follow-up with the boost he just acquired. Oh, AztraL had to make sure to get good contact on that one. Adjust his pre-jump according to Oski's lob to the right. Vision from Oski on point there. Deciding not to jump, knowing he would have been beaten to the ball. Oh, Joyo's taking his sweet time to get back and out. Oh my goodness. Atow had Oski in real trouble with the pogo shot. Yeah, a bit lazy on the retreat back there from Joyo. Obviously putting a lot of faith in Oski, who's just chain dash bumped AztraL off his own back wall. How about this from Joyo? Oh, what a play. AztraL still recovers for a world-class save, but Joyo nearly pulled out. One of the best 1v2 plays I've seen in a while. Atow goes the other way though, and after AztraL's heroic defense, Atow's able to 1v1 Oski with a flip reset, dunk, forcing Oski into his own goal. Belgium take the lead in the series. Does the Twos World Cup place anytime soon? Not that I've heard of. I would love to see that though. I think it would be great to have a Twos World Cup as well as a Threes World Cup. It would also be really cool to see like a team mode 1v1 World Cup where every nation sends 3 1v1 players and you have best of 5 series where every player in your team gets 1 life, and yeah, you do player A versus player 1 from each team plays each other, player 2 from each team plays each other, player 3, so everybody would play, and if there's any players left alive, they play again until there's one team has no players left. I actually did do a 1v1 World Cup like that for what was it, December 2 years ago. If you missed it, it was actually a really I think the least successful format. Oh dear, that's not the pass you wanted. AztraL completely outplays Atow. He was trying to back pass this towards Atow. I mean, he knew Atow was there. Obviously didn't want to leave this to bounce middle dangerously, but he turned it into an even more dangerous bounce by redirecting it to the edge of the box. Yeah, the KSA number 1 team for that one's tournament I did, the one's World Cup tournament I did, was TRK, Rawas, and Naupo, if I remember correctly. And KSA beat, oh dear, Joyo and Oski double committing. Not going to be as disastrous as the AztraL play right there. 1-2 pass from Belgium, intercepted. Yeah, what was KSA B? It was Dark, Killiers, and AMS, I think. It was a really fun tournament. I very much enjoyed it. You know, team 1v1 is a really cool way to make nation 1v1 battles work. Yeah, I like international 2s, international 3s, of course, and international 1s. Just always feels a little bit more special than a regular org-related or no national pride attached version. We talked about that last night on the Chalkcast, if you missed it, at some length actually. We were discussing what makes the national pride tournaments so much fun to watch. With 2s, you do get stronger Belgium on the field. If you go to 3s for Belgium, they're roping in Reese Fox or Compact, 2 RLCS level players, main event level players, but not quite at the same level as the 3rds you're going to get out of a team like England, who would be picking up, a Archie or a Rise or an apparently Jack. There's so many more players to go to when you're looking at the depth of talent that England have got. Oh, does Atow have a flip here? Yes, he does. Oski was there just in case. And AztraL air dribbling off the first touch. Beautiful control. Steals the boost as well. That is a safe infield pass. Infield back pass, you could say, from Joyo to Oski. Oski wants to keep this in the back corner. Didn't want to cut it into the middle and get dunked on. He's actually been dunked on as he attempted to go down the line. Decided not to flip out of the bump there, Oski. As we get to the closing seconds, it's Joyo looking for the full pitch air dribble. It goes behind him just by a little bit and he can't quite get back to it. Will it be the last chance for Belgium? Oski faked an immediate ceiling challenge, guides the ball back down to the ground, and we have overtime for the second game in a row. Can Belgium take another and take the lead in the series? Half flip kickoff there for Atow. AztraL cheating down the middle just to put some pressure on them. Love to see that kickoff being used in high level 2s, and they have got a very strong attack off the back of it. The ball's on the goal line. Surely somebody can score this. No, they can't. It's gone clear. It's Joyo with the softest touch, knocked it past AztraL. Now Joyo manages to get the better of both players challenging him. In the chaos that ensued, this is still anyone's to play for. No clear advantage after England survive what looked like the game-ending play. Clean pre-jump challenge by Joyo. Oski probably expected Atow to have more boost than he did there. He still manages to take control of the ball. AztraL and Atow not on the same page defensively. Both jumping, both using boost, and now both on the wrong side of the ball. Luckily for them, the ball has gone clear though. Oski and Joyo switching sides, attacking from one side, attacking from the other. AztraL's been bumped. The ball's on the line and Joyo's completely missed it. Well, both teams have completely missed. Absolute sitters, and now Oski's been demoed. It's surely Belgium's game. No, they can't get the ball into the middle. What is going on? It's absolute pandemonium on Manfield night. I make that 3 clear-cut chances. I would have been absolutely fuming at if my ranked teammates missed any of those goals. I'm probably throwing my keyboard out the window. But these guys, pro-level, RLCS level players, have missed 3 extremely good chances. The third one maybe wasn't as clear-cut as the other 2, but still, a faster pinch center should have been a goal. I'm fairly certain. Now AztraL's getting faked out by air. Just an absolute ghost. Surely Oski can get this one in. No, AztraL goal side. Stays in the way of it. AztraL centered the ball again though, towards Atow. This time he's there to collect it. In fact, he's doing better than that. Flip reset the whole way. Might even looking to pass that one off to AztraL. A bit of a seer flip reset mind game play. AztraL not on the same page. This has been easily the messiest game that we've seen in any of the international 2s in the past couple of days. Has AztraL got that? He looks a bit awkward. Does make good contact though. But he's used a ton of boost. He was not comfortable with that overhead. Joyo now misses his double tap, trying to put that into the back corner. AztraL cuts in field, blocked. Just gets a demo and Joyo in the back corner, and he's going for Oski as well, who does well to dodge and stay as active in the play as he can. Oski looking to slow the play down here, controlling it well in the back corner, using ball cam on and off just to keep an eye on his opponents. Can AztraL dish this one in? No. Decides to go for the edge of the box center instead. It's Atow's turn to slow the ball down in defense. England line up their challenges well. They're layering the challenges extremely well here, and it's led to a goal almost 3 minutes into overtime. It's England who break the deadlock. Once again, they're able to layer those challenges extremely well, and it's Oski losing the 50-50 back to Joyo that proves to be the winning formula. There, I think Atow, or was it AztraL, I think it was, in the 50-50. Maybe tried a bit too hard to win that one and just ran straight into England's plan. But what a ridiculous game that was. I can't believe England got away with that. It looked like a guaranteed goal for Belgium. It was just sitting on the England goal line, and no one was there to score it. Oski with the rogue download again. I could pause. Oh, gee. Has he had 170 ping this entire time? You're joking. He says all good. It's 32. It's fine. It's back again. All right. Atow. Ceiling recovery challenge. That's from the ground that time. Oh, it's well controlled by AztraL on his own goal line. Now, Oski actually could have left that boost for Joyo and allowed Joyo to turn faster. It's a play I never really see pros go for, but when you're rotating back with both of your players in 2v2 and you both need boosts, and the mid and the back corner 100 are both up, you can actually leave the mid boost for the player who's rotating back second, assuming that they're going to get to it before the opponents, and just go for the back corner boost yourself. That allows you to both, turn at the same time, layer your challenges in quick succession, much like England did at the end of Game 3 there. But it's not really a play that pros like to do all that often, because most of these guys, when they play twos, they're solo queuing, and they're basically saying, nope, I want the boost, I want my turn on the ball, screw my teammate. No, they're not saying that right now, obviously. But I think that's probably where that habit comes from, if I had to speculate. Not the first time we've seen AztraL with a big air dribble dunk today. He's had a couple of those. In fact, Belgium have had a lot of dunks. They've had a lot of demos. They've really been physical. England haven't been incredibly susceptible to it, but they have come out second best a couple times. Beautiful technique there for Joyo with the ceiling challenge. Just trying to match the ball as it went up and down. You'll notice if you watch that back, you'll see his car going up and then down again at the almost exact same speed as the ball, making it very easy for him to intercept whatever his opponent had planned. And a big time miss there for Atow. Ran out of boost, missed the ball, and they've lost their lead as a result. AztraL trusted Atow to hit that one. I think Atow probably trusted himself to hit that one as well. Oh, you've got to be hitting this though. It's an easy goal for Atow for 2-1. England have, definitely gone wide for that boost a few times. Yeah, no one going back quickly there. Joyo didn't play a safe 50-50 as the ball ended up in their half. No, there's no prize pool for this match. National pride pool on the line here today. I've not had any plans recently to run an international tournament. There's been quite a lot of tournaments going on in Rocket League right now. Not really much space in the calendar to plan events. But I'd love to do one in the future. Yeah, international twos, when you're looking at seed events like that, show matches are a great way to do that, because you don't have any really anything to go off for 2v2 seeding. 2v2 is such a rare competition in Pro Rocket League. Atow down the line to AztraL. Not quite quick enough to get into the air and collect it well. Oski, 1v1 against Atow. Reset. Oh, what finish! Well, how about that from Oski? He got a flip reset, side onto the ball, and then he managed to flick it top bins with the front end of his car. That is completely unstoppable. I don't see anybody complaining. Nobody complains about his unstoppable moves when they're as beautiful as that one. Only when it's an air dribble bump. Oh, what a play by Oski. Goes for a fake aerial catch play now. Taking out the game just briefly. Joyo just fast enough to get away from that bump attempt. Oski could actually just go for some kind of back pass here. He is going to do that, but off the backboard, and it doesn't really lead to the most dangerous shot. You'll notice there as Oski was lining up his pass off the backboard, he was just trying to hit it as hard as possible, because he knew that Joyo was right behind him. Much easier to attack that ball as it comes off the backboard from the attacker's position. Oh my goodness, Oski. He's just done it again. Lands down the line. Joyo puts it upfield for him. How about that for a finish? I mean, how has he generated that much power on the ball? I can't believe he's managed to get that one to go so quickly, but it's put England in front once again as they look to win 3 international twos matches in just 2 days. All of them in style as well. Atow's speculative effort against England, who have been Solid from midfield play. 1-2 pass from Belgium. Oh, what a response by the Belgians. AztraL lobs it up to Atow, who had every right to just shoot that one, but instead he passes it right back to AztraL, who, just like Oski at the other end of the pitch, snipes the underside of the crossbar and perfectly finishes it off. Minute and 50 to go, all tied. Will we get a decisive ending, or will it be a third overtime in a row? England have looked the slightly more composed team, I would say. After last game's chaotic ending, I don't think you can really say that either team's all that composed. But England, infield pass. Oh, post pitch save by AztraL. Straight down the middle of the pitch. He had to stretch for that one, but he did so beautifully. Pre-jump by Joyo now. AztraL didn't see it coming. The passing plays are relentless. Joyo knew exactly what Oski had planned. He pre-jumped in the middle of the pitch, pretty much above the centre circle, and Oski slammed it right at him. Somehow he's managed to one-up the other way around, where Joyo passed it to Oski and he ripped it underside of the crossbar. Now Joyo's done the same thing, but with a pre-jump thrown in. Another one-goal lead for England. Another passing play and defence from England. Joyo and Oski are just putting down a clinic of how to find each other in the defensive end of the pitch. Oh, aggressive challenge by Joyo. He knew he was isolated at the back there, just used that to create a surprising challenge. Belgium are not ready for it. Final 50 seconds of the game. Atow trying to put the ball into AztraL's front wheel. Can't do it. Oski, for once, doesn't get enough power on his tight angle shot. But they don't need that right now. They just have to remain resolute in the closing stages here. Oski just lets Atow have it. Just says, well, you're going nowhere there. AztraL with a demo, but again, England have got both back, and now they're looking for a fifth, and it's easy. It's just free play for Oski. AztraL hunting upfield for a demo, couldn't rotate back in time. Oski with plenty area on the backboard to aim at for the double tap. And that might be it. And if they could just get a solid kickoff here, get into the midfield play, then this will be their game. This will be their series. They will still be the team to beat. Well, pre-jump from AztraL, testing if they can pull off a passing play the likes of which England have already achieved in this game. It was almost good enough, but not quite. Atow's ceiling recovery might be, though. AztraL, oh, he's missed it! Well, they've had their chances, but they have not taken them. Atow got the ball past both of the English players, but AztraL's put it out for a throw-in from 2 yards out, and that confirms it 3-1 in favour of the English. But GG's. Shout out to these guys for putting on a show for us once again.